Alright, so we are back with the stream, and right now I'm with Pyrotechnics just because Rapid is having some big problems, big issues, and we couldn't start the stream up until now, and we do have World Lead coming out on top right away. Of course, it was World Lead versus Young Glory, the first set of today.
Sorry about that, guys. Brief bit of downtime with some hardware issues, but we are back. Only missed a couple of minutes in First Blood. Unfortunately, went over to World Elite, but I think we kind of expected that going forward.
Yeah, but I have seen what happened at the very beginning of the game, and Young Glory, they were trying to actually invade World Elite, and that's where they lost the First Blood. That is a big issue right there.
Young Glory trying to get a little bit aggro, but, you know, they've kind of got a chip on their shoulder here. This is a team that is doing incredibly well, and they're very new this split to the LPL. So I guess they have a bit to prove. They're sitting in last place. It's shared, of course, with World Elite Academy, but this is definitely a matchup favoring heavily. And, ooh, look at this. There might be Jungle Gank coming in, trying to bait this one out. And Glory, see if they can make it happen. Oop, Dark Binding not connect. No. Conan, here's the dive in forward. Wei Xiao in a little bit of trouble, but he will relentless pursuit away, and that is going to keep him alive. Teleport coming in on the backside now, and Young Glory is on the run as Sao Mei comes in. There is a nice Dark Binding locking him up, but they also got KLN as well. Okay, so that was a lot of attention spent both ways, actually.
Yeah, so it could have been a kill for Young Glory, but actually a really bad Valkyrie coming up from Zhenlong.
Yeah,
but we do have World Lead. Yeah.
That happened too quick to even call, Nero. Oh, man.
Yeah. We're still in the previous fight, and yep. We are just switching over to the middle lane, and Ninja, he gets a kill right there with an assist for Sin, so that is a really big thing. We do have a Kassadin in the middle lane, which is already a very good thing, and getting a kill on him so early will be a big pain for Young Glory, and now they are still struggling in the bottom lane.
Right now, just putting a lot of pressure on it, too. Sao Mei, with this teleport in, never decided to leave lane, and they just kind of gave up that top to farm it out anyways. It's going to give number one and the rest of them a lot of time. We'll see that instant replay here. Ninja tries to kite around the side. Diangun plays a pretty good mean assassin, but there's Axion around the side as well. Ignited right now. Bull is going to land, and they just double up. Easy peasy.
Yep, definitely, and that is a big tasty thing for Ninja. And he's the one trying to carry the team lately, actually. Because Sao Mei got so much shut down versus OMG yesterday that Ninja had to do a lot of stuff himself on this DF that he played.
Oh,
and he actually talking about the strats right here. Oh, we have Wei Xiao going aggressive on Zhenlong, and he doesn't even need the help of his support, but there comes Yancer from behind.
Yep, you see Yancer now coming in on the Wei Xiao. He's pretty low, but Conan helping tank out the damage, and he just doesn't have any on that Braum. Dark Binding gonna stop all of his ambitions for the time being.
Yeah, so non-stop action right here. When I tried to talk about something else, there comes Rengar with the ultimate.
Axion coming on in this one. Well, there we go. Nicely played.
No problem. And a little bit over-aggressive coming up from Yancer. Just trying to go for a 1v2 as a support, and then ending up in a 1v3 that is not going to work out well right there. And yeah, talking about OMG strat against World Elite, they tried to shut down Sao Mei as much as possible, which is a very good thing because he has perfect teleports. And you could have seen it in the previous fight in the bottom lane, just stopped the engage for Young Glory. But the Young Glory, on the other hand, they have the tactic of Yinfu camping the middle lane for Diangun to get fed. So they can't stop Sao Mei, and Ninja can deal with Diangun all by himself on this Kassadin, on this hella strong pick that he got.
Yeah, it's going to be real big pain longer the game goes on. You know what this is a pain right now? That Axion as he jumps in and forcing the shadow step away, flashing. Ooh, he's got the fancy footwork, though, juking him out. It's Diangun.
Yeah, still, the flash got used by Diangun, and it is a big advantage for Ninja, since he has a Kassadin, he has a big gap closer very, very frequently. 4-0 for World Lead straight away at the very beginning of the game. That is a big advantage, and we will most probably be looking at it getting even bigger.
Yeah, it just looks like World Elite's starting to take a little bit more control in the game. They've got themselves a good, healthy number of kills. Eyeballing the dragon whenever they get a chance. And to be honest, Yinfu just hasn't really made the same moves that Axion has. He hasn't established any pressure on the map We've seen Skarner come up a lot lately in the LPL, but it seems to have been a questionable decision here.
Alright, so we're continuing the game. Hopefully without any problems
No more
from
problems. Don't
now
jinx
on.
it. Don't say anything about it. It's okay.
Alright, sorry. I'm sorry. We do have Wei Xiao in the bottom lane with 1 kill and 1 assist though, and that is a big pick because he took this Lucian away from Zhenlong. It's like the one champion that he's doing decently well on, and it got completely taken away from him. But Ninja jumping in, and there comes Yenfo.
Yeah, he might actually get something off of this too. Ninja low, and he gets one more poke off onto him. Actually wants to follow up with the kill. He wants those double buffs back, and there is nowhere for
He
Yenfo to
misses
go.
both bolas.
Yeah,
though.
he still got it, but yeah, you're right. That was a bit out there. And now Yancer dueling it out with Wei Zhao and Conan in the bot lane. Whoa, that was a lot of flashes going forward. And he's going to cull out on the bot side as well. So Shenlong has to get away from that one. He went from like 100 to 30 in like a second. Whoa, Conan! Okay, you stayed too long on that. Wei Zhao coming back in for the relief effort. And Axine hanging around the side as well.
Yeah, but Sin always being there. Whenever we look at something happening, there's always this Rengar coming in right after the action ends. And there we go, Sin looking for some big dive in the bottom lane, but there's actually Kale coming in too.
Oh, this is going to be dangerous right now. Conan's so low. Axine, can he get the kill off onto Zhenlong? And he does. Dangun coming around the side as well. And Axine going for the double, but he can't quite get it. Yancer, with the help of Dangun, take him down. And meanwhile, wow, how big did number one just get right there?
Yeah, I told you that this Kale is coming in from the river, and it's a double kill without any help from anyone else. And the Young Glory, they might as well come back into this game, getting 3 kills in the bot and now switching over to the Dragon. This will give them a lot of gold, and they will be dead even right after that.
Yeah, that's fantastic for them, actually, considering how far behind they were. They've just about evened the gold gap. Huge move, all off the back of number one.
And the top turret is so low, though, just because number one disappeared for so long. Samei will be able to get this, and World Lead will still be in the lead. But Young Glory, they have found an answer. That is a big thing. They know that they can do something against World Lead.
Yeah, they have to be really careful now on the World Lead side, as they've exposed a few flaws Young Glory's been able to take advantage of, but here's one they don't have. Ooh, Dangun trying to shadow step away from Axine as ult comes in there. That's a lot of damage locking him up, but Yinfu, he's a little bit too late to the party. He will answer one kill, but now Ninja's here. Teleport coming in from number one. Can Kale spell the difference? Might be. There's the intervention just in time, and it's Ninja going down. Number one again comes up big.
Yeah, that's really good. Just because number one is, simply roamed around the map, walking all the way to the bottom lane, he had his teleport up for this fight. And once again, Young Glory coming out on top. Little things, over and over again. And World Lead, they had such a huge lead and they got overconfident. Just by that.
Yeah, it's really amazing how quick the things can turn around. So now, what could have been a huge early game snowball lead for them is pretty much stagnated out. They're only holding 1,000 gold in the bank ahead of Young Glory. I mean, this is unheard of.
Yeah, definitely, and they had such a big lead, about 3 or even 4k at the very beginning. But look at that, this Rengar is already 5-3. Even though he dies a lot, he also gets a lot in exchange, and he goes for a very aggressive build with this Brutalizer already in his pocket.
It's kind of Axine's MO lately. You've been seeing him play extremely aggressive on these assassinating type of junglers. Whoa! Okay, got to get out of there, Shenlong. Narrowly gets the Valkyrie off, but he's still stunned up. Can't follow on the damage. I haven't seen Wei Xiao really been this neutralized in a while. Oh, here comes
comes
Axine. Oh boy, there's Salme. He's done. Death mark though. Anyways, back to what you were saying though. We've had a momentary break.
Alright, so I noticed Xiaomei right there, but I didn't see Sin coming in, and that is a quick kill for World Lead. And yeah, talking about Wei Xiao, he got a little bit of an advantage at the very early stages of this game. Got 1 kill, 1 assist, but then he got killed in a 1v2 by this Kale, by number one.
He's been coming up huge so far. Pre-nerf too.
Alright, so Yancer, he is trying to be this big guy in the bottom lane, trying to look for some chances for Young Glory, but he's just getting shut down over and over again. And we do have Yinfu coming in from behind. That might be a little bit of an opportunity for Young Glory.
Scorpion bait here in Glory's side. See if Yinfu can make the difference. Tower's gonna fall down though. And I think they missed an opportunity here. They had to go while that tower was still standing.
Yeah, definitely. Now they just have to back away. There's not many camps alive in the jungle. So Yinfu lost a lot.
They're going to be relegated to trying to push that out the side. Ooh, look at this. Axine and Ninja going for the jungle collapse. They find Diangoon out, and he's going to go in, realizing, uh-oh, there's Jinfu right there. Gets grabbed in, impaled on a spike, and they go. Helping him, though, is Axine and Ninja. Doesn't really need that much help. He's going to take a few tower shots as he tries to get away from it. Bowl is not going to land. He really has been having trouble with those, and he might be going down here. Intervention onto Yinfu, keeping him alive as Sao Mei comes in, finding himself unable to dish enough damage. And there is Yinfu going low again. Ninja comes back in, thinks better of it, trying to back away from number one and Yansur. And it looks like it's Sao Mei now getting caught up. Can Gragas run away from this one? Yansur might have gone too far forward. Burns his flash to escape, and they'll disengage. Man, these two teams at each other's throats.
Yeah, definitely a big fight right here. Ninja managed to run away with a flash. Then the same thing coming out from Yancer, but the big thing is a miscommunication between number one and Yinfu. When Yinfu got the intervention from Kale, he started running away, and after it ended, he went in again. So that is a big, big thing. And he almost died just because of it.
Yeah, that was a bit of a miscommunication there. It's starting to cost both teams, really, and these fights have been extremely chaotic as we've entered this really wonky mid-game phase with towers falling in favor of World Elite. Young Glory, they have these glimmerings of brilliance, and then they just kind of, well, they kind of go a little bit too hard like that.
And so World Elite got one kill in exchange for nothing eventually after this fight, and that is for a Kassadin. So still good, but they're still just losing so much. They need to fix their mistakes, and they will be able to crush Young Glory just as in the beginning.
Yep, World Elite definitely still in the lead. They have a good scaling comp as well. So what is Young Glory, Nero, what do you think Young Glory really has to do to try and prevent that late game scaling? They definitely have number one in their pockets with 4-0. I mean, he's pretty big at this point. They're going to rely on him heavily, but, well, they might go for this here. Conan, phase checking the wrong bush, and he's going down. That's going to be a kill over in favor of Zhenlong, the Dragon Wei Zhao, getting out alive, considering himself lucky. I guess that's what Young Glory have to do over and over again, huh?
Yeah, definitely. You just ask me what they are supposed to do. They need to go for every single kill that they can. The picks, the safe picks, they can't really go for the 3v3 fights. They need to have an advantage in numbers, and they pulled it off very well right now. And the next thing that they have in their pockets is the Dragon Timer, so they can just go for it whenever it respawns. So once again, they will get a little bit of gold, and they will try to bring it back and win the game.
I'll certainly put them a little over the edge. Tip the scales. Whoa, Sao Mei. Early barrel out onto number one, trying to show me means business. I don't know. I don't know about tangling with a 4-0 and with the 4-0 Kale right now. That seems a bit dangerous.
Yeah, but there's just attack speed on this Kale as of yet, so number one will still have to get a little bit more in order to be really effective, especially that it's a Kale after a little bit of nerfs.
Ah, Yansur, no! He goes way too far forward. Gets the Glacial Fissure off, but what was he thinking? Face-checking that as World Elite comes right into view. That's going to be a free dragon now for World Elite.
Yeah, that's a really bad thing. Young Glory, they did have the timer on this dragon. They wanted to get it, and now they give it away for free to World Elite. Plus, a wasted ultimate by Braum. The next team fight might be a little bit bad for them, but there we go. This number one with the 4-0 kill, and he has the support of Skana.
Oh, he's
pull out the ultimate in time.
Oh, the
Yes.
cancel! Wow! Oh, that was brilliant right there. The Impale used just to stop the TP. Just barely.
I was just waiting for it, and with my fingers crossed for Yinfu. That is a really good kill for Young Glory. And they are bringing it back in the numbers of kills also. They have been staying well on the gold, but they were losing so much in the kills. Right now, they just brought back to 2 kills difference. They'll be looking for a very good game for themselves. Even if they don't win, they've already put up a good fight against World Elite.
I think this is better than a lot of people might have expected game number one. World Elite just seems to be overconfident in this, overextending, and now you got Ninja trying to chase down number one, but this is dangerous for both players. The teleport coming in for Kale now gets canceled. Ninja should be able to get this chase off. Zaxine's here as well. Intervention pop. Can he get himself a kill before he goes down? I don't think so. It's going to be close, though. And meanwhile, in the bot side, they find themselves Goon, who's going to turn onto Wei Xiao. Ooh, flash, but he's stunned up. There we go, and he won't answer the kill. Wei Xiao getting out alive, too. The 1v2 is strong with this one. Not strong enough.
Alright, so I don't really know what's happened right there because Castin doesn't have this silence anymore. So this teleport didn't get cancelled. It got cancelled by number 1 without any big reason. And the reason why he couldn't really fight Castin is was that he didn't have any mana at all. And then he just suicided in a 1v2. Then the same thing happened in the bottom lane. Jiangun suicided in a 1v2 right there too. So Young Glory, they can't really take the pressure. They are starting to get something for themselves. They are starting to win, and then once again they give it away to World Lead for free.
It was really strange. They were looking so good. We talked about this earlier. They had these flashes of brilliant plays. The reverse collapses, they just looked so good. And then they just have two people getting caught out in two different lanes completely for free. So if they keep playing like that, there's no way they'll win this. But they seem to be in flux.
Then additionally, the Kale got the shutdown bonus for the kill. I mean, it was Ninja who got the shutdown bonus for the kill onto Kale.
It's pretty big.
Yeah, definitely. It gives especially Caston, so that is a really big and bad thing. You let them pick this monstrous champion into the middle lane, and then you let it get fed with so much gold.
And that's what it looks like, Shenlong. Oh man, his health bar is getting low pretty quickly. So now the dragon, or the Baron control rather, is in Wei Xiao and World Elite's favor. They're not going to go for it just yet, exercising a bit of patience as they take down first mid-tier turret and then some, pushing forward. Got to be careful not to get impaled by Yinfu, but they've got the rest of Young Glory running scared right now.
Right, so he praised Sin's aggressive style of playing in the junglers, on the assassin junglers, and there he goes for a Warmox as his second item. And that is a big tanky thing, but what do they really want to achieve with that?
Just a little bit extra health, maybe. I mean, he's arguably fairly fed, but he has been dying in every engagement they take. Maybe they think, oh, give him a little extra health and keep him alive longer with the regen for this sustained fighting.
Well, in my opinion, they should just work on the positioning, because Sin was always in between two enemy turrets, and that is a big thing that you can't really counter with a Warmox armor.
I agree. They're definitely trying to fix this symptom, not the root cause. So, Sin, Axine is going to try and go in for an opening Wei Xiao as well. Ninja! Oh, he even baited me out for a second. I thought he was going in. So, Yinfu, we'll try to get something now. Nothing doing. They return to the siege.
Yeah, and we have seen people going in like that in the LPL, so that was surely a possibility.
Oh yeah,
right
you never know when someone's going to YOLO. It's hard to call. Whoa! And as we say it, Axine goes forward, trying to find himself a pick out there. Doesn't quite get anything else for it, but they're moving on forward onto this turret anyways. Yancer coming around the side, doesn't connect with the Winter's Bite. But Yinfu's there as well, ready to proc his ultimate if need be to start the fight off. And that will be an insta-pick if they can do it. Over in the bot side, Diangoon going to answer with the first tier bot turret of his own.
Well, Sin got a red buff steal in exchange, so it's still a good thing. But yeah, the turret falling at the bottom lane might be a little bit of a big concern for World League. They need to defend against it, and Same is going right there, but he's just going. That is the issue.
Oh, the chase! There's the impale, and the glacial fissure's gonna land. They might have enough damage to take down Wei Xiao, and they do. However, instantly turning around, and Yinfu sacrifices for the team, but now they're getting chased up by number one. Hurricane Kale coming in. Can Ninja get out of the path? Yancer on the chase. Winter's Bite not gonna connect, and they try to disengage. Ninja going forward once again, but then they back it off. That was, I think that's a worth one-for-one trade if you're Young Glory.
Yeah, definitely. If you are Young Glory, but World League, they were the ones to pretty much start the fight.
Oh, Shenlong baited, but the Kale ultimate keeps him alive for just a second. Now he goes down. Answers around the side with Ninja, and Axine goes down. Tao Mei. Where did he come from? Oh, he teleported in.
Oh, the Unbreakable even stops that barrel from getting a kill, so who baited who? If you ask me, it's Young Glory, definitely coming out on top of this fight.
Yeah, that was the flash of brilliance. They're starting to perform. I think a lot of that was on number one, though. He came in at the right time, the right angle of engage, and he just started wrecking their health bars and forced them to back away.
But yeah, you should also think about this from World League's side. When Kale wasn't in the previous fight, just came back from the base with a Runa's Hurricane, and you didn't see her use up the intervention. That she definitely has it, so why go YOLO on a Kayle with an intervention? They paid for it with 2 lives in exchange for just 1, and Young Glory might get this dragon that they wanted to get about 6 minutes ago.
Yeah, he goes. Might as well wait, try again the next time. Now the gold lead's actually in favor of Young Glory, and this is starting to look really great for them. World Elite, for all of the power they had in that early game, early 4 kills, it's just evaporated.
Okay, so Young Glory were really close in the gold from the very beginning. And the thing that brought it back for Young Glory are the turrets. It was 2-0 in favor of World Elite back then when we were talking about the gold. And now it's 3-3, so Young Glory definitely evened this one out. And that is a big thing for Diangun. He was missing in the fight, but he did destroy 1 turret.
Yeah, the split push definitely helped out with that. And now they can compete at this Baron pit, trying to establish some vision control over it. Still a bit scattered and a bit hectic. You got to be careful. Zhenlong trying to go around the side, and he doesn't want to get anywhere near that death brush. But they're going to keep up the split push. Diangun can get in and out whenever he needs to, and this forces World Elite to take action.
Yeah, Diangun is pretty much 1-6, so if he's not split pushing, he's pretty much useless for Young Glory, but they do have this big monstrous Kayle, which makes up for that. And yeah, they will be looking for a contest on this Baron pit. The question is, can they really pull it off? If they get caught right here by a Dark Binding or by Axine, it is the end for Young Glory. We're lead taking a Baron.
Yeah, that would be a pretty
and
big
the
deal
lead
for
in
them.
the fight.
They definitely seem to rely heavily on it, or at least think they rely heavily on it. So we're going to see this time and time again that they want to go towards the Baron pit. Whoa, Yinfu taking a little bit of damage out there. Static Shiv proc from Wei Xiao. And it gets a little bit scary here because Caston hasn't gotten to the highest level of scaling that he needs to. Not got the death cap, but he's getting close to it. However, you have a chase here. Axine looking to find. He gets the bola onto Yancer. Yinfu Yancer. One of the two.
Answer.
He's not going in, yeah. There's the Dark Bind, though. And they don't want to jump too far in on this just because of how tanky he is, and they don't know where the rest of the members of Young Glory are. However, they happen to be split pushing the top and bottom, respectively. So this might be the time for World Elite to go. They're going to actually just go for the collapse as you see Diangun getting the sneaky pick off there. Number 1 getting poked out. Uh-oh, Ninja's there. Ultimate proc just in a minute. See if he stays alive. He's not going to. His Ninja takes him down, and they reverse collapse it up as well as Diangun goes down. This might be the chance for World Elite to try and take that Baron. They've got themselves a 2-man advantage, but there's always the threat of the Infu steal.
Yeah, the teleport is dead for Young Glory at the moment, and there's no mid laner, who is actually a little bit useless, as I said just a while ago, but he still did bring down the turret once again. So once again, Young Glory getting a little bit for themselves, but paying for it with their lives. Now Yancer might get caught by Sen,
nice
and there's
chip,
no way to run away from that.
Oh, Shenlong, they want to go on this one, though. Yinfu, Conan goes down hugely. Ninja gets impaled on that. Wow, okay. And they're actually turning this
Ninja
around
goes
right
down.
now. Yeah, Zhenlong, he's pretty big. He might find Axine around the side. They're respawning at this point. Yinfu's going to fall down, but not Axine. He's still pretty low himself, flashing away. Skarner stays alive. I don't believe it. They trade even. Or more than even, actually.
Wow. Sin just jumping into fights, onto Koki, onto Skarner. Over and over again, just forces them back. But yeah, I was talking about the answer having no way to run away from there. When you can't run, just go for the engage. No problem. Young Glory getting an even fight, as you said. And that is a big, big surprise in a situation like that. And they also stopped World Elite from doing the Baron because they didn't give away the kill so quickly.
Huge ups to them. Just it started out as a distraction, and then they decided they wouldn't sacrifice the answer. Actually turn the fight around, and amazingly, Yinfu looks like he was done for. Let's see that in a replay. You want to take this?
Bill, you can lead them through, because I was just talking about Yancer having no way to run away, and there we go.
Yep.
Turn around, and Ninja goes down in that too.
And then Ninja he could have easily finished that kill up, and then the Impale was completely clutch. And then it just becomes a 2v2. Wei Xiao doesn't want to get in the face of Yinfu, and yeah, there we go. Jumping forward, Axine, he tries to get the bullet. He's been missing so many of those, and here's another fight as soon as we get out of the replay. Zhao Mei gonna blow up Zhenlong. This could be a very different fight as it goes forward. Wei Xiao still getting the kite on. He might, I don't know, Zhao Mei getting low, and he goes down to the turret. They might have been able to take that if they'd followed up, but they're very low. Yancer looking to pick one around the side, but they're not sure if they want to take that. So they trade 1 for 1. And without Dan Goon, without Jen Long, they actually made that fight pretty good. Now it's Young Glory turning it around.
Finally, Sin hits the bowler strike, and it's such a vital one. There was a Jiangun with full health going into the fight, and he finally pulls it off, stops him completely. What an unfortunate thing for Young Glory, but also an unfortunate thing for World Elite. Everyone was so low underneath that inner turret in the middle lane for Young Glory. 3 members at about 300 health. And then Cao Mei goes in, can't really finish off any single one of them, getting a little bit greedy and losing his life. And once again, World Elite can't really go for this Baron.
Yeah, that is a problem that they're going to try and have to rectify. However, they're still taking relatively decent fights. It just seems that they're not completely with it. You saw Axion going forward and then Cao Mei going in, and they didn't even follow him because they're like, dude, we're too low. We can't go in on that. And he just gave up his life for nothing.
Yeah, decent fight, but they are not good enough for World Elite. They are trying to get the advantage and get the control of the Baron pit and just go for this Baron and finish off the game. But Young Glory always has something to answer with. They always get 1 kill or just stop the engage. And World Elite can't really do what they want to do. And, well, talk about what you asked me a little bit earlier. What do Young Glory need to do to prevent World Elite from winning this game? That's it. You just need to stop them every single time World Elite want to do something big.
Yeah, and it seems to be working for him. I want to know where this Young Glory was most of the split. And here they go. Fight being taken again. Impale again. Axine. He's going down. That's a pickup for Dan Goon. Ninja coming around the side. He's alive still. He tried to get himself a kill. Wow, Cao Mei separates the entirety of Young Glory. Dan Goon gonna fall onto Wei Zhao. Take him down anyways. There they go. This is huge right now for Young Glory.
Alive.
And I can't believe it. They're still all alive. They're blinking. But Conan, he is going solo, and they turn away from him. I don't know what they're doing. Cao Mei still alive. They're all low. They can all back safely, though, and try to bait something out here. They're just going to start the Baron, because why not? We just want to fight against World Elite. I can't believe this, Nero. This is huge right now.
Yeah, and Jiangun staying alive on like 10 hit points back then, killing Hui Xiao with the Ignite. And wow, he just jumped into Cao Mei, and Cao Mei didn't finish off the kill, and then later on Conan didn't die. That's just a pure chaos in this fight. And Young Glory, they do get the Baron off of this one, so they might be looking for some push, and then get a big advantage in the gold.
Here we go, into the instant replay. Let's see how this happened.
Look at Ninja.
Yeah, he goes forward, and then he just gets pulled in immediately. Ninja makes his presence felt a little bit too late. He comes in.
There.
Yeah, right there, and then he
1v5.
instantly goes to half health, gets his Zhonya's off, everyone gets separated, he burns his flash, and then he's just a non-factor because he just gets jumped on again. And even Dan Goon stays alive.
Yep.
That was... where was Young Glory? Where was this Young Glory earlier in the split?
It's just incredible. That was such a perfect fight for them. And yeah, if they got a kill on Conan, that would have been even better. Even out the things in kills, they are still ahead in gold though, so it's still pretty good for them.
Yeah.
They took the Dragon, if I'm not mistaken, too.
Dragon and a Baron. I mean, at this point, they're rocking and rolling on a lot of cylinders. 6K ahead in the bank. They just have to keep doing it. You're right. Just prevent World Elite from trying to make moves, because even though they're now behind, they're going to keep playing like they're in the driver's seat. This is unheard of. This is a top-tier LPL team, and they're losing out to Young Glory, who just came up from the LSPL. They're bottom of the barrel, and it's just insane the way the tables are turning.
Yeah, and just look at Jiangun. He's playing so perfectly, even though he got shut down in the lane. It was 1-6. Managed to bring down 2 turrets and get 2 kills in such a short period of time. Also has a Baron buff on himself, plus a lot of gold from the global objectives. And now they have the 6K gold lead. That's a lot.
Definitely able to make that help with a little bit of items. And you see they're also investing in a healthy amount of pink wards, too, to try and take those better angled engagements. So you can see Young Glory has really adapted from some of the earlier losses they've suffered, and they might have a very big chance of positively affecting their standing today, and as well as negatively affecting World Elite if this goes on as it goes. Whoa, Ninja! And there's Axion. They're jumping on in. This might be the engage even with the Baron buff that World Elite wants to take, and they will be able to back away from that 4v5. Look dangerous, but they disengage safe.
Yeah, and there's no teleport on Jiangun, so that's the only issue with him split pushing. But they can disengage, so no problem. They do have the Unbreakable on Braum, so he can completely stop the damage from coming in. They do have the Intervention to stay alive. So still,
Might
Diangon is
need
just
it.
left out in the top.
Yeah, Yancer coming to the help of Yin Fu. I mean, that's just such a tanky front line. You look at that Skarner and Braum, as well as Kale. It's no wonder Shenlong hasn't died very much.
Will be a push coming in from them because Ninja was in the top, and there comes Diangon. He does have a Guardian's Angel, though.
They muscle this one in. Wei Zhao, he's got taken low very quickly as Diangun joins the fight again. They can just keep doing this. They are slowly marching into the base of World Elite. I can't believe I'm saying this. Yeah, Young Glory is muscling in.
Yeah, now they do have the minion wave in the top lane. They will get this top inner turret, and once again they will just get the gold gap bigger and bigger. And against World Elite, they have no fear. They are going for the dive. That might be a mistake.
Diangun, he's around the backside. That's a kill. And the tower over in favor of number one. Diangun somehow staying alive through all this. No Guardian Angel proc. There it goes down. But they take 3 down with them. It's only Ninja Wei Zhao alive. Disaster mode right now for World Elite as they try to keep their hopes alive in this game, but it's looking grimmer and grimmer by the moment, Nero. This is huge. Ninja, he's going low. Zhonya's Hourglass is not going to be enough to keep him alive for long. He gets blown up on the outside. Well played. Shenlong getting himself another kill. Inhibitor number 1 is going to fall down.
They do have the timer, 20 seconds left. They might want to go for the Nexus, and like, where's their play?
This is going to be it. This is going to be game number 1. In favor of Young Glory. How about it? Stepping up big and shutting down the Titans of World Elite. I can't believe that, Nero.
And they got smashed in the early game, 4-0. Coming up, so huge. Young Glory, they just go for it.
That was
no fear against the top tier team, the LPL. That is the most important thing, because some teams might be stressed when they're going with an 8th place team against a 1st place team, but the Young Glory doesn't feel it. They are just going for a win, and congratulations. That was a big one.
Yeah, that was almost an understatement. That was massive. I can't believe that happened. I keep saying it. I'm in awe. Knocking off World Elite, that's 1 game down. If they can do it again, it would be incredibly huge. World Elite just looks stunned in that. Coming back into the next game, what do they have to do to not let that kind of thing happen again?
Yeah, so thanks a lot for stepping in for Rapid Casting. It was really good to be casting with you.
Absolutely,
and yeah, this game was just incredibly interesting.
Oh, yeah. And speaking of Rapid, guys, in case you were looking forward to seeing him, I know you all were, tonight he's going to be back in just a few moments for the next game. We'll be doing a quick stream swap. We will be turning it off for just a moment. Please don't go anywhere because we will bring it right back up. Had a few hardware issues. Apologies for all of that. But when we return, it'll be game number 2 of World Elite and Young Glory. And, of course, it will be Rapid and Nero on the cast. But I've been Pyrotechnic stepping in, guys. I hope you enjoyed it so far. Please enjoy the rest of the shows tonight. We'll be right back.